Hello back my students, how are you today? I hope you are fine. Okay, let's complete Unit 13 at the Observatory, Lessons 3 and 4. So, open your book page 21 please. Lesson 3. Look at this diagram. Tell me what it shows. Yeah, good. The Earth is going around the Sun. Yeah, great. So, exercise number 1, ask and answer. Number 1, can you feel the Earth turn from this diagram? Sure, no, you can't. Okay, number 2, would you like to be an astronomer? Why or why not? Yeah, every one of you has his or her own answer. So, let's go to number 2. Listen to an astronomer and answer the questions. Here we have an astronomer is talking to some students. What do you think he may talk about? Let's see. So, listen at first and listen carefully. Let's start. Teacher, thank you very much for the interesting talk about an astronomy. Professor, could you possibly answer some of the students' questions? Professor, of course. What would they like to know? Girl number 1, could you please explain to me why I can't feel the Earth turn? Professor, yes, it's interesting that we can't feel the Earth moving. The Earth turns around itself at about 1,570 kilometers an hour, at more than 100,000 kilometers an hour around the Sun. The most important thing to remember about this is that when something is moving all the time, you can't feel it, like when you are on a train. Are you following me? Girl number 1, yes, thank you, Professor. The second girl, I wonder if you could tell me what a star is made of? Professor, a star is made of gas. And here's another interesting fact about stars. Did you know that the Sun is a star? It's the only star in our solar system. The second girl, I didn't know that. Thank you, Professor. Teacher, any more questions? Yes, Salma. The third girl, I would like to know if you like your job. Professor, oh, I love my job, but like many astronomers, these days most of my working hours are in front of a computer. My favorite part of the job is when I use a telescope at an observatory, because then I look at the thousands of stars. It's a beautiful thing to see. The fourth girl, do you think that we could come and see the observatory one day? Professor, yes, of course. Let me speak to your teacher and we will see what we can do. Okay. Now, let's come back to exercise number 2. Can you choose the correct questions from A to D when you hear the bell? Okay. Number B, as you see, could you please explain to me why I can't feel the Earth true? Is that a correct question? Yeah, okay. Number A, do you think that we could come and see the observatory one day? What is the number? Yeah, great, 4. So number A is 4. Number C, I would like to know if you like your job. Great, it's 3. Number D, I wonder if you could tell me what a star is made of. Yeah, sure, it's 2. Okay. Number 3, listen again, check your answers to exercise number 2 and complete the fact file. Okay, fact file, the solar system. Number 1, the Earth turns at 1570 kilometers an hour and, yeah, great, 100,000 kilometers an hour around the sun. So here we will write 100. Number 2, a star is made of, yeah, perfect, is made of gas. The last one, the space is the only star in our solar system. For sure, it's the sun. Great. Okay. Now please open your book page 22, lesson 4. Okay, exercise number 1, complete the polite questions, then match the questions and the answers. As example number 1, let's see. Number 1, if you could tell me to become an astronomer, it's how difficult, I wonder. I say at first, I wonder if you could. It's an example for the applied question. I wonder if you could, okay? I wonder if you could tell me how difficult is to become an astronomer, okay? The answer is, it's number B, it's difficult. You have to be very good at science and math. Let's make number 2 as number 1. We have, if there is anything you don't like, tell me, could you, about the job. Yeah, good. We will say, could you tell me. It is the second form of the polite questions. Like number 1, I wonder if you could tell me how, okay? Number 2, could you tell me if there is anything you don't like about the job. Again, could you tell me if there is anything you don't like about the job. Yeah, and we will match it with, yeah, great, the last one, number D. I have to work long hours. I have to work long hours. Great. Number 3, the biggest planet has how many? I would like moons to know. We have the third kind of forms of the applied questions, which is I would like to know. So we will say, I would like to know how many moons the biggest planet has. How many? From the beginning, I would like to know how many moons the biggest planet has. And we will match it with number C, great, 67, but new moons are found every year. The last one, a star, explain, could you, what is made of. The last kind of the polite questions is, could you explain? Could you explain? So we will say, could you explain what a star is made of? Again, could you explain what a star is made of? And we will match is, yeah, great, with number E, it's gas. Okay. Exercise number 2, work in pairs and choose the correct answers, and I will let you answer it with yourself, okay? Number 3, discuss in pairs. Okay, if you answered mostly, do you think that you are polite? Pay attention, okay? And think with me. If you answered mostly, do you think that you are polite? For me, you are polite if you answered mostly. Yeah, sure. Number 2, if you answered mostly, do you think that you could be more polite? It depends on your answer, but for me, you could be more polite if you answered mostly. Yeah. Number 3, why do you think that it's important to be polite to people? Sure, because people will want to help you more if you are polite. The last one, if someone is polite to you, are you more or less likely to help them? Sure, you are more likely to help them. Okay, we are finished. See you next time and goodbye.